The worst part of running into your ex isn't the awkward silence. It's realizing you're standing there with nothing but your pride to hold onto while he's watching, waiting, judging. Ethan Miller, 23, future doctor and currently the most exhausted med student at Columbia, hadn't planned on today being catastrophic. But there he was, coffee in hand, textbooks spilling from his backpack, when Noah, the boy who once shattered his chest in two, appeared out of nowhere. Noah, with the same soft brown curls and that same devastating smile, except now, he wasn't alone. He was with someone new, hand casually slung over another guy's shoulder like it cost him nothing. Ethan froze, his chest tightened, and that was exactly when Ryan Carter, his sworn rival in med school, slid into the scene like fate's cruelest punchline. "Hey, babe," Ryan drawled, his voice just loud enough for Noah to hear. Before Ethan could react, Ryan's hand settled on his lower back, firm and warm, pulling him just slightly closer. "Sorry I'm late." The words hit like a thunderclap. Ethan choked on his own breath. "Babe? Babe?" Out of all the twisted tricks Ryan had played on him during anatomy labs and clinical debates, this had to be the cruelest. He opened his mouth to snap, but Noah's raised brows froze him in place. His ex looked surprised, maybe even jealous. And in that split second, Ethan's pride, his fragile, bleeding pride, made the decision for him. He forced a smile. "You're fine. I was just waiting for you." Ryan's grin widened like a wolf catching scent of blood. The lie spread faster than Ethan could control. By the next morning, whispers traveled across the med school halls. Ethan and Ryan, bitter rivals since orientation, were now apparently inseparable. Study partners, lab partners, boyfriends. It was absurd. It was humiliating. And yet, it was the only weapon Ethan had left to wield in front of Noah. If Ryan wanted to play games, fine. Ethan could play them better. But the problem was, Ryan didn't seem interested in letting Ethan set the rules. "Relax, Miller," Ryan said the next evening, leaning against the library wall as if he owned it. The glow of the lamp softened his sharp features, and his voice carried that lazy confidence that drove Ethan insane. "I'm not going to out you. I'll keep the story up for now. Unless you'd rather explain to everyone that you begged me to be your fake boyfriend." "I didn't beg," Ethan snapped, slamming his notebook shut. His pulse thundered in his ears. "You cornered me. You used the situation against me." Ryan smirked. "Semantics. Admit it though you like it. Watching your ex squirm when he sees us together." Ethan hated that Ryan was right. He hated even more that Ryan's hand still lingered too close, his presence both infuriating and intoxicating. The fake dating arrangement spiraled out of control faster than Ethan anticipated. There were study dates in crowded coffee shops, staged arguments that always ended with Ryan slinging an arm around his shoulders, and accidental moments that didn't feel staged at all. Like when Ryan brushed a stray eyelash off Ethan's cheek during rounds. Or when he held Ethan's wrist a second longer than necessary while helping him with sutures. Or when he whispered, low and taunting, "Smile like you mean it, sweetheart," just as Noah walked by. Each moment blurred the line between pretense and something dangerously real. The truth was, Ryan wasn't supposed to matter. He was supposed to be the enemy, the arrogant, cocky med student who never missed a chance to one-up Ethan in front of professors. But behind closed doors, when it was just the two of them, Ethan glimpsed something else. A softness, a patience he never expected. It unnerved him more than he wanted to admit. The breaking point came during the annual med school gala. The auditorium glittered with chandeliers and polished marble floors, students dressed in sleek tuxedos, laughter mingling with the scent of wine. Ethan stood stiff in his tailored suit, scanning the room for Noah because of course Noah was there, looking unfairly good, his hand interlaced with that same new boyfriend's. Ryan, by contrast, looked infuriatingly comfortable. He adjusted Ethan's tie with casual intimacy, his fingers grazing Ethan's throat like it meant nothing. But Ethan felt it like fire. "Don't look at him," Ryan murmured, tilting Ethan's chin toward him. "Look at me." And Ethan did. For one dangerous, heart-stopping second, he forgot it was all fake. That was the exact moment Noah approached. "Well," Noah said, his tone sharp but his smile perfectly polite. I didn't expect to see you two here together. Ryan didn't flinch. His arm slid naturally around Ethan's waist, pulling him closer until Ethan could feel his heartbeat against his ribs. Why wouldn't we be? Ryan replied smoothly. Ethan's mine. The word mine echoed louder than the music in the hall. Ethan's knees nearly gave out. And Noah's ISO, those eyes flickered with something that looked an awful lot like regret. Ethan should have felt triumphant. Instead, his chest burned, because the lie was getting too heavy to carry. And Ryan's steady hand on his waist felt too good, too real, for someone who was only supposed to be pretending. The night of the gala ended with Ethan slipping out early, chest tight, lungs refusing to cooperate. He needed air. He needed space from the heat of Ryan's touch, from Noah's searching gaze, from the lies stacking higher than he could climb. He pushed through the cold air outside, gulping it down like it could save him. But Ryan followed. Of course he did. You're running away, Ryan said quietly. No grin this time, no smugness, just truth. That's not like you. Ethan turned sharply. What do you know about me? His voice cracked. You've spent the last 2 years trying to tear me down in class. Competing, mocking, beating me at everything. And now you what? Pretending to care. Ryan's jaw tightened. For once, he didn't fire back. He just stepped closer, his breath ghosting in the cold night air. Maybe I was competing because you're the only one worth competing with. Maybe I was mocking you because I didn't know how else to talk to you. Ethan's chest ached. This is a game. That's all it is. Fake dating to humiliate me, to make Noah jealous. That's all you wanted. Ryan's eyes searched his face, unflinching. It started that way, but it's not a game anymore. The words cracked something open inside Ethan he tried desperately to keep shut. The weeks that followed were a blur of tension and denial. Ethan threw himself into his rotations. Long nights at the hospital, coffee-fueled study sessions, but Ryan was always there. Always sliding into the chair across from him. Always cracking a joke just when Ethan thought he'd break. Always steady when Ethan's pride wavered in Noah's presence. One late night in the hospital lounge, Noah appeared again, alone this time. Ethan, he said softly, eyes carrying the weight of old memories. Can we talk? Ethan hesitated. Ryan wasn't there. No safety net. I made a mistake, Noah continued. Leaving you. It wasn't what I wanted. I still think about you, and I see you with him, but it doesn't feel real. It doesn't look real. Ethan's throat tightened. For so long, he'd imagined hearing those words. But now, staring at Noah, all he felt was exhaustion. It was real, Ethan whispered. You broke me, Noah, and I don't think you get to walk back in and rewrite that. Noah flinched. So what, he's the answer? Ryan Carter? The guy you hated? Ethan thought about Ryan's quiet steadiness, the way his laughter filled empty spaces, the way his touch made him feel grounded instead of hollow. And for the first time, he realized the truth. Yes, Ethan said simply. Maybe he is. The confession didn't fix everything. Ethan still doubted. Still feared this was just another cruel twist waiting to collapse beneath him. But Ryan kept showing up. Again and again. Until one night when Ethan finally broke. They were in the library. The world silent except for the scratching of pens and the soft hum of fluorescent lights. Ryan reached over, brushing Ethan's hand by accident or maybe not. Ethan didn't pull away this time. He let their fingers linger, let the heat seep in. You scare me, Ethan admitted, voice raw. Ryan tilted his head, confused. I scare you, because you make me feel like this isn't fake anymore. Ethan's eyes burned. And I don't know if I can survive being wrong again. Ryan didn't answer right away. He just took Ethan's hand fully this time, threading their fingers together. No hesitation, no teasing, just truth. Then let me prove you're not wrong, Ryan said. I don't want fake. I want you. The final test came a month later during clinical assessments. Ethan froze in the middle of a patient case presentation, his mind going blank under pressure. Panic surged. For a terrifying second, he thought he'd drown in the silence. Then Ryan's voice cut through the haze. Calm. Grounded. He nudged Ethan back on track with a subtle prompt. No arrogance. No competition, just support. And Ethan realized in that moment he wasn't alone anymore. When it was over, when they left the hospital together under the heavy New York night sky, Ethan turned to him. No more pretending, Ethan whispered. Ryan smiled, soft and certain. Good. I was getting tired of acting. Ethan didn't think, just moved. Their lips collided, desperate, clumsy, but real. And for the first time since Noah, Ethan felt whole. It wasn't perfect. They still argued in class, still challenged each other, still sparked like fire and gasoline. But now it wasn't rivalry born of spite, it was something sharper, brighter, alive. Months later, walking across campus with Ryan's hand in his, Ethan caught sight of Noah again. Their eyes met, but this time, there was no hollow ache in Ethan's chest. Just peace. Ryan squeezed his hand. Ethan smiled. The story that began as a lie had become the truest thing Ethan had ever known. And for once, he didn't care who was watching. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.